Hey everybody, hello, how are you? Cheryl here. Welcome to episode 8 of my weekly quick tip series. I'm so happy that you joined me. If you're brand new, thanks for stopping in. This is a weekly series that I do. Sometime midweek or so, I will post a video that is just a quick little tip or trick or something that I picked up along the way that I wanted to share with you. So anyway, every week I give away, you guys, this is my third take on this dumb video. I don't mean to call it dumb. But this is my third time, so I'm a little frustrated, and I'm probably going to get interrupted because my grocery delivery order should have been here an hour ago, and it's late. I had to cancel my nail appointment, so it's just been a day. So on top of that, this is my third take, and crossing fingers this one sticks. So at any rate, sorry about that rant. I do a drawing every week from the people who have left a comment, and they get a prize, something. Look at that. My delivery's here. Okay, bye for now. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. Amazon delivery showed up. I've got my groceries put away. Now I have food to make dinner. All is good. If only I could get through this video. So I'm going to keep on going. Gosh, I need to remember where I left off. So I think I was talking about the winners, or a winner for last week's episode 7. I'm going to do it a little different this time. I picked a random generator, and let me get to a different page there so that you guys can see. Hopefully this works. Yay, this works. Okay. So basically you put in the number 1 through 7 or 1 through 10 or however many comments I had. And I just had another one come in, so I'm going to bump that up to 8. So make that 8, and we are going to spin the wheel, and whatever number comes up, whoever's comment lines up with that number will be the winner for the week for episode 7. Okay, so here we go. Spinning. Should have some sound effects going. Okay, looks like we have landed on number 5. Yay. Okay, so let's go see who is number 5. So let me close that. Let me refresh here quickly. No. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, just wanted to make sure I had 8. So what would we say? Number 5 was the winner? I can't remember now. Do you guys remember? Was it number 5? Oh yeah, it was number 5. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So D Bald is the winner. Yay! Congratulations, D. I don't know if D is your first name or your first initial, but I'm just going to call you D, so I hope that's okay. Let's jump back to, let's see. Let's do desk and small face. Oh, but I don't have my camera hooked up to my desk. Good Lord, you guys. I need to pause for a second and hook that up. I'll be right back. Okay, camera's hooked up. Hopefully everything's working. Good Lord, this video is just one that doesn't want to go. Okay, so D Bald, if you could send me your mailing address, send it to Cheryl@cardsbycheryl.com. I would be happy to pop that in the mail. Just as a reminder, the prize from last week was a craft silicone sheet and a full package of 6x6 craft paper that has 20 sheets in it. And I really love this paper. I hope you do too. So that's this week's prize. Congratulations. Let's talk about next week's prize. If I can remember what oh yeah, here we are. Oh my God. So I'm still trying to get rid of some extra duplicate Celebration stamp sets. If next week you are the winner, you will get to pick from one of these 3. And then I'm also going to throw in a full package of the brushed brass butterflies. If you happen to already have these 3 stamps sets, if you are the winner next week, then just let me know and we'll figure something out. Okay, so now we got that taken care of. all the housework is done. By the way, I think this video is going to go up tomorrow, which is Tuesday. If you're watching, there is free shipping all day for the entire day, October the 4th, 2022. Free shipping on any order of $75 or more. And let me just add that if your order is $75, then you're only $25 away from doing what I call the starter kit promo, and that is $99. And right now, for the month of October, the starter promo gets you $155 of product for $99. So it's really kind of a good deal. You get basically almost $60 in free product, so $56 in free product. And you can order anything you want. You can get a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine if you wanted. You can order paper, markers, whatever. Sky's the limit. You're not confined to your starter kit being any specific thing. It just has to be $155. So unfortunately you can't go over and then subsidize the overage. Stampin' Up! Doesn't let you do that. So you have to get very close to $155 for your order. But basically once you do that, you get 20% off everything for the next 3 months plus a buffer month. So let's call it 4 months. So then you get all of October, November, December, and then January is your buffer month. You'll get 20% off through January. And that is only that's guaranteed no matter what. Now, if you wanted to stay on as a discount shopper and keep getting your 20% discount after January, you would have had to spend around $300. So that's how it works. If you spend $300, you basically have renewed yourself for another 3 months. But for your initial starter kit, it's 4 months guaranteed, 20% off, $99 to join. You get $155 of product. And then after that, if you want to walk away and become a regular customer again, then that's up to you. There's no Stampin' Up! Police that's going to chase you down and say, where did you go and what did you do? Other than me, I might go, hey, come back. But at any rate, think about it. If your order is approaching $100, it's really, why not get $55 more in free product? So, okay, now the housekeeping is really done. So now what we're going to talk about is a template that, and actually it was Dee who suggested that I give a tip on this. So for creating printed inserts for your cards, so instead of stamping inside the card yourself, you can actually print your own sentiments or your own images or whatever. And I'm going to show you how to set that up on a Word document and be able to easily cut it apart so that you can really mass produce inserts for your cards. And this is great for the upcoming holidays if you do a lot of cards like me. So I know I intend to do it. Okay, so I'm going to flip back over to my computer. There you are. There's the comments. Crossing fingers, this works. Yay, it works. Okay, so that's not the file I wanted to show you though. I'm going to show you card insert. I think it's that one. Yeah. So this is the one, this is the document I made up a few days ago in preparation for this class. And basically it's just a Word document that I've cut up into quadrants. I haven't cut it up, I've organized it into quadrants so that when I print one sheet, I get 4 inserts that I can cut down to 4 by 5 1/4. So let me show you how I did that. Let's see, I'm going to do a new document. Here we go, put this back. And oh my gosh, I feel like I've been talking for hours because I have been. I need to wet my whistle here. Hold on. Okay, start with a plain document. And I hope you guys can see my cursor and everything that I'm doing on screen. So the first thing I need to do is get rid of my margins. So I just hover over the ruler with my cursor and I pull everything off to the edge. There you go. Get that little left and right arrow. Pull your margin, make it 0. Pull your margin, make it 0. And do the same thing on the left side for the top and bottom margins. Okay. Now, if you wanted to do that without, if you don't have your rulers showing, I think you can go to layout and then margins and do custom margins. And this will pop up and you can just set them all to 0 like they are set here. And then click OK, and that will make some margins are outside. Yeah, just hit ignore. So that will make your margins all 0. The next thing I do is I go into the insert button and do insert shapes, and I pick a rectangle. And then I just draw a rectangle. Any old shape, doesn't matter. Just get a rectangle out there. Make sure it's highlighted, and then go up top to where your little dimensions are showing for your shape up here. If you don't see this, then make sure you have clicked on shape format across your menu bar up top. So you want to make sure that's highlighted, and then these boxes should show up. So the first box is top to bottom size, and we're going to make that 5.25. And then you want to make sure this box is not checked, because that will keep the measurements in proportion, and we don't want that. So the second box is going to be the width, and that should be 4.0. So now we have a shape that is the exact size of what our card insert should be. So let's pop this up in the upper left hand corner. We're still in the shape format menu, so we're going to go over here to the shape where it says shape fill. Click that down button and hit no fill. And then over here, this button right next to it is for shape outline. So we're going to click that down arrow, and we're going to make the shape outline a very light gray. You want it very light gray so that when you're cutting, because it's running through a printer and some printers shimmy a little bit, just, even just a fraction of an inch, it can throw, we're not professional typesetters, right? So this is, a very layman type of process, which is not perfect at all. So that's why the lines are very light gray, so that if you happen to be cutting and it's not a perfectly straight line and you can see a little bit of the line on your paper, it'll be so light gray that, number one, nobody may not notice, but you can also go in and trim it off a little bit more too. But that's why we make it so very light gray. And I hope this is coming through on the video and it's not too light. So now that we have our light gray box, and we're going to put inside of it a text box. And so to do that, we're going to go to the Insert tab, and then all the way to the right, it says Text Box. So Insert Text Box, then you click on Draw, and you're going to draw something right inside the box. This is going to be, that's where you type your sentiment, and you can customize it any way you want. I would probably highlight it all, and then I'm going to go to the Home tab. I'm going to hit this Center Justification button, and then I'm going to go back to the shape format, and I'm going to remove the border, so no outline. And so here's where you can type your sentiment. You can change the font, you can change the size, you can do whatever you want to do to it. Okay, so here's your basic template for your card insert. Now let's make a full page of them. So the way I do that is I just I click on the box, the gray line, so that it's selected. I hold down the Shift key, and then I click on the sentiment, and that's going to select that also. Then I'm going to either right click and do copy, or you can also do Control C and then Control V to paste. And so then you can grab it and you can move it into position. Okay, just like that. I'm going to hit Control V 2 more times, and that's going to give me 2 more of them. But I deselected that sentiment, so I need to grab that one and pull that back down. So there. So here we have all 4 of our shapes lined up. I just want to get a little closer to the screen so I can make sure it's right. And you notice that I've got all 4 corners touching in the center right here. So that makes it easy to cut, because if these weren't lined up, if you did one cut down the center and you didn't have these perfectly lined up, you'd have weird sized pieces. So the design of this is to lay out so you do one cut here, another cut down the center, a third cut on the right side, and then you'd cut 3 more times across the top, get rid of that border, do another cut here, and then do another cut at the bottom. So 6 cuts, about 6 cuts, provided you don't have to do any other extra trimming or anything, but 6 cuts gets you these 4 pieces pretty darn fast. So at this point you can continue to embellish, add different images you want. I'm going to hop back over to this other one that I had prepared, and I'm actually, so there's a little bit, what I learned is when your paper feeds into your printer, because it's heavier cardstock, sometimes the printer grips it a little bit differently than it grips regular paper. And so it, how do I describe this? You want a little bit more of a buffer across the top where the top of the card, where the top of your insert line is. So I'm going to, because if the paper doesn't go in perfectly the way it does for regular paper, it can shift it down a little bit. So to fix that, I'm going to select all of these and just move them down a little bit, like so. And then you can readjust where your sentiments fall if you want. Put them back up a little bit, like so. This is actually 2 different text boxes, like that. Okay, and then we're just gonna go File, Print. I've got to put a piece of basic white in though. So again, you don't want to use the thick. You want to use basic white regular. And that will also match your, if you're using a basic white card base, your basic white insert will match perfectly. So try not to mix and match different colors of white cardstock, because it'll look wonky. Okay, so here we just have this up. I'm going to hit print. And then there's this error message that says, hey, your margins are way, way low, and that's okay. Just ignore it and hit yes. And then it should print any second. I'm going to grab my trimmer and put you back down into desk view. There we are. And I'm going to show you how I trim this up. Okay, so you wouldn't, this printed perfectly. So it did, basic white runs through my printer actually pretty darn good. But you see your margin up here, your white margin up here is almost the same as it is down here. And it looks very much like it looks on your screen too. So what I do, if you have a Stampin' Up! Trimmer, this is going to be pretty darn close to 4 1/4 right in the center. So I don't know if you can you see that? Yeah. So I'm right at 4 1/4, which appears to be in the right spot for the gray line. Gonna just cut there. Yep, looks good. Then I'm gonna turn this around, and this should be very close to 4 inches, and it is. And so I'm gonna trim that. Then we're going to get my mouse out of the way, cut this in the center, and line up the gray line over the track of your cutting blade. And then your last cut should be 5 1/4, which it is. And then you're going to want to inspect it and see if there's any remaining gray line. And actually there is on this side. Can you guys see that? So I'm just going to pop this in here, hover it right over the track, and that's how much I took off. Very little. Okay, so you're not really, it's not perfectly 4 inches anymore. It's just like a 1/16 of an inch off, but you're never going to notice. So if you put this inside a like, here's an A2 sized card. Let's say this is your insert. So it's got this nice little border around it, like so. Cute, huh? So yeah, just continue cutting and trimming. You can print off a bunch of these and And do them all at once. Get ready, you know, prepping for your holiday cards. Or if you're doing a birthday party, that's another way you can use these, which is fun, is you can do birthday invitations and type up everything that you need, all the details, who, what, when, where kind of stuff. And then put it into this template that we've created in Word and just print them out and you get 4 to a page. So it's really pretty slick. This one needs to be trimmed down a smidge too. There. I love this. I'm actually going to do that this year. Because I always handwrite a note, but to have just that little bit already handwritten or already typed in for me, I think is going to be a huge time saver. And I don't think it's impersonal as long as you handwrite something in here. So yeah, so now you've quickly made 4 inserts. You've got your template and you can keep reusing it for birthdays, Easter, you know, whatever you want. It saves you from having to buy sentiment stamp sets, especially if you are not a fan of sometimes buying a full set of stamps that's just sentiments. You only maybe like 1 or 2 of them, but you really like the one. And so this just offers another option for creating inserts for your greeting cards that doesn't require hand stamping them. So, okay. I think that's it, guys. Short and sweet today. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's 3:15. I've been working on this since like after lunch, since 1 o'clock. So anyway, thanks for hanging in there with me. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'm going to try to link the file so that you can just run with it instead of having to recreate it like I did. But feel free to ask me any questions. Just shoot me an email, Cheryl@cardsbycheryl.com, if you have questions. Or if you have other things that you would like to suggest that I do a quick tip on, just drop me a line. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a like if you did, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And don't forget, it's free shipping all day today, October the 4th. And think about that starter kit too, if your order is close to $100. All right, I'll stop blabbing. Thanks, everybody. See you next week. Bye.